What is going on, everybody? It's kind of a last minute thing. In fact, I just realized I don't have a whole shit ton of battery left on my phone. Oh well, we'll do what we can with what we got. Let's see who we got here. What's going on, Ghost Malone? Hey, no problem for the wrench. After what you and I have been through, it's the least I can do. What's up, lurking sea monkey? Yeah, we got a bunch of lurking sea monkeys. Glad to. Oh well, I'm glad you like my voice. I will talk dirty to you anytime you want. Oh, what's going on, Merc with a mouth? Yeah, I'm a little bit late because I'm disorganized and unprepared as usual. What's up, OJ? What's up, Dusty? What's up, Jordan? Taco Cat. I like cat tacos, that's for sure. What's up, Melinda? Day completed. Bill is live. Yeah, I'm proud, but man, I can't imagine being the last thing anybody would ever hear. You know what I mean? What's going on, Mr. Evans? Smoking a bowl, right on. What's up, Jilly Fisher? What's up, Pure Virus? What's up, Len? Southwest Redemption. Yeah, good luck on that. Am I mad, Jeff? How did Jeff take my thunder? He's just trying to slide back in. I mean, how many times has he been ousted from the community? I mean, all the times he's been caught lying, like nobody gives a shit what he says. Well, I see. Oh, there's like three of my future ex-girlfriends in here. I hope you ladies don't get mad at each other. Just get mad at me. What's up, negative zero? Bones. No more than Locke. I'm not sure. I must have missed something, guys. I don't watch a lot of like I know what's been going on, but I really don't watch a whole lot of like I barely watch any panels anymore. So I've probably missed something. Can you write me in for Cap's panel tonight? How about no? I turned off notifications for Cap a long time ago. I mean, here's what you've got with that whole situation is like you have our three worst catchers teaming up with Tommy, and they have all talked a lot of shit about each other. I'm like, how could anybody trust any of them? You know what I'm saying? You've got Jeff, who's known for his lying, and then you got Lion Ryan, who actually has it in his nickname, and then you've got Cap that can barely string two sentences together and just has to go on panels and start drama panels to get people to watch him. Otherwise, like, I don't know. These guys are all in it for the attention. Think about it. I mean, they're all claiming to be catchers. Think about if they put this kind of energy into actually catching Preds. Think about what they could do. But no, they're choosing the easy way for attention. And that should tell you all you need to know. Oh, it's interesting to watch, but I'm just saying. But I mean, it kind of gets old too. You know what I mean? It's real easy to make a drama panel. All you got to do is give it a fucked up title, and people will watch. You know, people that just go on panel after panel after panel, or needing some kind of attention they aren't getting in the real world. So, change my mind. And here's the thing: as far as Tommy goes, like no matter what happens with Edwards or anybody else's situation, it does not change the fucked up shit that Tommy's done, and the fact that Cap continually has called him out and called him out and called him out, and now they're buddies. Nah, I can't. I can't go for that. It's all about attention and trying to get views, is what it is. I know how to play that game too. Am I still friends with Ed? Yes, we are not as close as we used to be. I mean, even before all this, we barely talked anymore. But yeah, I still consider him a friend. And believe me, if I were to see anything, um, I mean, all the shit they got going on now does not actually point to Ed and CP. It's just some people he knows, you know. Apparently, were in something if it was even real, you know. But believe me, if I thought in any way that Ed was involved in something like that, I'd be the first motherfucker to throw him off the boat. And that goes for anybody. That would be just a huge. I mean, yes, Ed's kind of fucked me over a few times here lately. Um, but something like that, I would just consider that a huge, huge act of betrayal, and I don't give a fuck who it is. They're gone in my book. So to answer your question, Mary Lou, yes, but we're not as tight as we used to be, and I really don't know why. I mean, we kind of started drifting apart, if you will, like way before all this shit started. So that's the most honest answer I can give you. Did I know about the raid before yeah, I knew, I didn't know anything about like CP shit at all, but I knew probably a year before, um, I saw Ed talk about it in Discords or whatever. But yeah, I knew that he got arrested a long time, but like, what am I gonna do? Like, he's my friend. What am I gonna run around and tell everybody his private shit that he asked me to keep quiet? No, it's nobody's fucking business. Now, if I'd heard anything about CP, that might be a little bit different. But yeah, it's really nobody's business. I don't. I know a lot of personal shit about a lot of people around here. I know personal shit about people that I don't talk to anymore because they stabbed me in the back, and I still haven't told any of it. I probably should, but I don't know. If they keep wanting to pick at me, some things are gonna slip eventually because I can only take so much. So yeah, I know a lot of shit about a lot of people, but it's nobody's goddamn business. Well, bus larpers, yeah, I get where you're coming from, but like I used to work in the system, and I've been through the system myself. Um, I don't know, and I don't know about this specific case, but it's possible they haven't even uh, done the discovery yet. I don't know. And like when they raided my house, I had to. It was like pulling teeth just trying to get a copy of the warrant, and they still had shit redacted, and it was my fucking house. So it's not as always easy as people tend to think, and we have a lot of people around here that think they know how the shit works, and they don't. But yeah, bus larpers, I see where you're coming from, and I don't know. But it's very possible, man. Look, I was a bail bondsman. I was responsible for making sure people went to court and knew what was going on, and probably 60% of them really had no idea. Like sometimes, like if you got a DUI or whatever, yeah, you'd know because it was done on the spot. But I got a lot of clients out of jail that really did not know why they were there because the cops, they do not have to show you the warrant when they arrest you. At least not in Indiana. I mean, every state's different too, so there's that. But yeah, Vlad, we made it through a fucking Monday. What's going on, Lala? What's up, Vlad? Oh, if I forgot to say hello to somebody, I'm sorry. Can you see little fucker? Maybe. Give me a minute. I just got here. I actually came out here to talk to my mom and dad about something, but they're not here. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But yeah, I can look for little fucker here in a second. Let me I had to throw my phone on the charger real quick, but yeah, we can we can see him. If he's out, he might be out hunting or hiding or whatever, but you might even see the new little kittens. I don't know. Oh, the lighter thing hurts the. Oh, all right, I'll take that into consideration. Nobody's ever said that before, but yeah, I use earbuds too, so I get it. Certain noises are a motherfucker. I will try to keep that in mind, though. What do I know about you, Richard, besides your huge dick? That's pretty much all I know, and that's all I need to know. And you have a hell of a body, besides the giant schlong. What's up, Lisa Marie? What's up, Jersey? Well, that's the thing, and I don't know what kind of lawyer he has, bust larpers, but um, dude, if you have a public defender, you're fucked, man. If you can't afford a good attorney, you're fucked. And I've seen that happen a lot too. I've had, you know, asked clients for updates on their status, and they don't have anything. So I would have to call the lawyer and try to get it. Sometimes they just wouldn't give it over because they don't want to do the extra work because they're not getting paid for it. So, as far as anything of like not getting paperwork or whatever, none of that is unplausible because a lot of people that have public defenders don't know what the hell's going on. You sent me a message on Instagram. All right, I can't check them right now, but I will immediately after. Damn right, Anthony Cruz. Sea monkeys must unite. Oh, I agree, bust larpers. It is a bad look. But the thing is, he could be completely, totally innocent of this thing, which I believe he is. And people are just looking for any little thing to attack him. And when the truth comes out, they already look stupid by the way they're going about it, but they're going to look even more stupid. I mean, we have our three worst catchers plus Tommy. It's just comical. In fact, I saw a post of one of the Instagram accounts that hates me. They made a post today saying that exact same thing. I don't usually look at their shit because I don't follow them back, but I just wanted to see what they had up. Well, Lisa Marie, there's always shake and bake if you have too many kittens. And I'm way behind on the chat, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just gonna have to fast forward because I'm way the fuck behind. I know that irritates people. Yeah, hamburger helper works too. I mean, you can pretty much substitute any meat with cat. Mary Lou, you've been on my panel. Well, you're welcome to come up now. It's in the pinned comment, but why I have issues with Tommy? Because he is a lying scammer. That's why, and the way he treats women, that's why I have issues with Tommy. What's up, Sappy? What's up, Section 15? I'm sorry, Mary Lou. Maybe I was completely fucked. I'm not saying you haven't. I'm just saying I don't remember. It's possible I was completely fucked up at the time. Plus, I've had a lot of concussions, so my memory sucks, and I just completely forget shit. So I'm not saying you haven't been up there. I'm just saying I don't remember. Or maybe you were up there under a different name. Maybe I don't know. Well, Mary Lou, his 501c3 thing was so bad the news the news covered it. I mean, and there's just he constantly contradicts himself. I fell out with Tommy way before it got popular, uh, because I could tell he was lying. He contradicts himself, and there's just been a lot of stuff. Oh, okay, yes, Mary Lou. Yes, 100%. I do remember you now. Yep. I'm sorry. I apologize. I forgot the name, but yep. Now that you say that, I 100%. I wish you could have been up here under better circumstances, but man, you're welcome up here anytime. And that's another thing. Tommy also is in possession by his own admission now, even though he lied about it before. I saw a clip where he admits that he has CP on his phone. Um, Being a catcher does not give us any kind of special, or I should say, give them any kind of special rights to possess child porn. And the fact that he was showing it off to people that didn't want to see it, and those people came forward after he said it never happened. Those people came forward. Um, credible people like Musa and FM and whoever else. So yeah, I mean, just go. I mean, whatever your feelings are on Dead's right now, just go watch like the last year of his videos, and all that shit is why I don't like Tommy. Texas Rangers are investigating Tommy. Actually, Meth Claw. I got to be careful how much I say, but um, yeah, that's I have it on good authority that that is true. Yeah, I mean I've said that repeatedly, bus larpers. It makes no sense. Regardless of whatever situation happens with Ed, it does not change anything Tommy's done in the past. And these two-faced motherfuckers, which is why I titled it this, um, are really showing who they are right now. You know, I've always thought that Cap was a sniveling weasel, and it's funny because like over the last week, some of the people that I talked to, I didn't even say it first, but when describing Cap, they mentioned weasel a bunch, several. It's just funny, man. So I guess I'm not the only one that feels that way. Is it safe to say that Tommy and Ed are both scumbag pieces of shit? You are entitled to any opinion you want. I mean, I'm friends with people that still like Tommy Gun. God knows why. We just don't talk about it. You know what I mean? So you can have whatever opinion you want, but if you're going to make accusations, you need to bring shit to back it up. The battle of who goes to jail first. Well, I mean it's fucked up to say, but it's a thing. If you Google Eddie Murphy's cousin, there's a pic of Cap. Well, I don't know. Who are the two-faced people? Oh my God, Mary Lou, just stick around. Evidently, you haven't been around the fringes of the community for very long, or you'd already know what I'm talking about. But uh, Cap is certainly two-faced. He's done nothing but come at Tommy for the last 2 years. Um, there's a lot of two-faced people. You'll see them in Ed's chat, praising Ed, and then you see the same people in Tommy's chat trashing Ed, and it goes for me too. Like there are people that'll be in here say nothing but good stuff about me, and then you see them in other people's chats and they're cutting me down. So like I don't really give a fuck how people actually feel about me, but at least be real about it. If you think I'm an asshole, you can tell me I'm an asshole. You don't have to be all nice to me here and then go trash me someplace else. Hey, what's up, Gremlin? Yeah, Bones, you have a point, and I um I agree. People here, we have people that jump. There's very much a herd mentality here. People will hear something said on a panel, and a lot of times what people say on panels is not true, and people will just jump on that and go with it, and then it dies down after a while, or they find out the truth and it kind of separates. We constantly have new drama starting again and again and again and again, because it gets views. People like to see shit started so they can make views out of it, and that's what went on this weekend, and that's what's gonna happen tonight. It's the same shit. It's all about attention and trying to get views. I try to have more chill streams over here because I don't really like that shit, but I also know how to play that game, and I played that game. Jack, yeah, con artists have had a field day here. This community has been scammed and rescammed by a whole lot of people. And I'm telling, like I've talked about this before. Yeah, JT, it's about Cabs and Southwest Jeff and Ryan, um, and Tommy. It's about all of them. I mean, here I have a tiny little channel. I've only got 600 and some subscribers. I don't really know what it is now, but even it's weird because all you have to do is have a channel, right? And people instantly kind of, I don't know how to describe it. I don't, fuck, I don't want to sound like I'm all that, but I, I don't know. But um, people are easily, for lack of a better phrase, people are easily starstruck. And when that happens, that allows you a certain amount of control over them. And if you want to take advantage of that, you can. Um, it's weird when people hear you talking, and they hear your voice and they hear, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's weird. Yeah, bones, it makes you appear to be someone when you have a channel. That's it's weird for me because when somebody says something about, oh, your fans will always back you up no matter what, which isn't really true, but when somebody refers to the people that watch me as fans, like I cringe because I don't want that kind of dynamic with people, you know. And then sometimes, I mean, I encourage lurkers to hit me up, and they do. And sometimes it's weird because they're like, "Oh, I can't believe you responded to me. I can't believe you're even talking to me." And it's weird, man. Um, like I'm not, I'm just a dude with a cell phone. You know what I mean? But I can certainly see how somebody could take that and take advantage of it. You know, I have people sending me gifts. I have people hit my cash app for just out of the blue for no apparent reason. And it's only if I didn't have a channel that wouldn't happen, you know. And I'm very grateful for everything I get. It's just weird to me sometimes. Oh, and we can't forget the booby pictures. Sometimes when I talk about girls sending me booby pictures, sometimes they actually do, which I 100% also appreciate and will never ever share. I don't ever want anybody to worry. Like I don't care how bad you piss me off later. I would never ever share your nudes under any circumstances. Oh, what's up, negative zero? Well, thank you. Do I trim my nose hairs? Occasionally, JT, occasionally, but I don't really have that problem yet. I mean, I think it's weird that anybody even shows up to listen to me at all, to be quite honest with you, but I appreciate those that do. Oh man, I am missing a lot of comments. What's going on, White Cloth? I didn't say hello to you. I tell you what, sometimes I'd like to try that manscape shit because shaving your balls sucks, man. I like to keep them nice and shaved for the ladies, but man, what's going on? You owe me 10K. I probably do owe you 10K. Oh yeah, JT, that's another thing is people are weird about wrenches, man. It's yeah. I don't wrench people if I think they're gonna have some kind of like uh, control issue with it. I don't wrench people like that. I don't wrench people that ask me for wrenches. Oh, and I'm going to clear something up right now. You cannot buy a wrench from me. I made a comment about selling wrenches, and people like ran. That's one of the things that I made as a joke or whatever. Like I'll make a joke and people will run with it. Or sometimes I say shit on purpose, knowing that they're going to run with it, and they just end up looking stupid. Um, so yeah, I do set people up sometimes. Like the thing that I live in a tent in my parents' backyard. I started that myself, and it's really not true. These idiots like to run with it. I actually think it's pretty hilarious, but and there's been a lot of shit like that. Guys, I actually got a donation from Tommy Feller. Wants to know if well, I'm not sure exactly. It says, "Can I fuck a fuck towel one time for $3?" Yeah, hell yeah, you can fuck towel one time. I do appreciate it. All right, I see y'all messaging me. I'll have to answer you back after. Vlad, you're not far off. I was in the process of building a cabin, but there was a fire out there in that woods. Last year, I rolled a grain truck, and the woods that I live in caught on fire like in the same fucking week. So all that shit got delayed. But I actually do live in the woods. It's just like it's not my parents' property. And I don't even have a tent. I just use a tarp and a sleeping bag. So, actually, I've made teepees before. Yeah, Vlad, I do wear cut off fingerless hobo gloves. That is true. Uh-huh. I do wear those. But I mean, I do live outside. That's why you guys always see me like in the wintertime. That's why you guys always see me like wearing when you can see my legs, you see me wearing coveralls. Like, well, like right now. These are Gore-Tex overpants. They just go over your regular pants, but they're nice because they're a little bit warm and Gore-Tex breathes, you know, so you don't drown in your own sweat, and then plus it keeps the moisture off of you. Oh shit, I missed something. Yeah, and that's another thing is like I do owe people some wrenches. I just keep. I'm bad about forgetting because I'll say, yeah, I'll give you a wrench, and I just forget. So yeah. But anyway, I got a little bit of charge on this phone, so we will go see. I told somebody earlier we'd see if we can find little fucker, and we will do that. See, that's I've tried to stream from where I actually live, and there are still a couple of them up. Like I didn't start going live until like June or whatever, but there are some earlier videos where I tried to stream from where I actually live. Some of them I just deleted because they were too jerky, but there are still a few up. Um, it's just they freeze a lot, and it's just fucking annoying. Oh man, I don't feel like talking to myself. So if somebody wants to hop up here, you're more than welcome. All right. I don't see little fucker anywhere. Hey, little buddy, where you at? Oh shit, here's something you guys would like to see. There's that fucking thing. I don't know why she usually tries to follow me around. I don't know. Cats don't like having the camera in their faces though. I don't know why. Run, little buddy. Here. No, no, don't. No, your home's back that way. I'll get out of your way. There's nothing between you and your home now. Where you at? She's gonna be. Oh, there's little fucker. Hey, buddy. There you go. Go get her. He usually stands guard over the kittens, but every now and then he'll swat at them. I can't get down that low myself, but I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I cannot see the screen right now, so. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Haven't seen you all day. Want to give me five? No, I'm gonna make me look like an asshole. There you go. Show everybody your butt. Drunk little bastard. Hey, you want to give me 5? Yeah, go pick a fight with that chicken. All right, you guys have seen my black pussy. Now look at my red cock. Want to fight? Want to fight? I wish I could do that. I gotta get this thing back on the charger. What do you guys think? Should I give the cock a wrench? Don't worry about Rochelle. I'll eat that chicken. Actually, we have some of the older hens aren't laying like they used to, so we're probably gonna butcher them. Y'all want to watch me butcher chickens live, or should I save that? Can chickens really? Yes, they can. Yep. When you chop a chicken's head off, probably more often than not, the body can run around for a while, and the head will actually sit there and balk at you. So yeah, you gotta be real careful about when you got to make sure you completely sever the brain stem from the spine, and the brain stem is really low. So that's why that happens. Like you still have part of the brain stem attached to the spine, and that's why that happens. All right, -0. You take it easy. But yeah, we could actually make a nice chicken and cat platter. There's this was documented, like it was in a lot of newspapers. I think it was in like the 1930s. They whacked off this chicken's head, and like it wound up running around for an abnormal amount of time. So they decided to keep the fucking thing alive instead of finishing it off. And they took this headless chick. They would just feed it through the hole in its neck where the head used to be. And they actually took this headless chicken around, like on a tour of the country, and people paid money to see it. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, I've read about that story a few times. There are old news articles about it. But it was back in like the 30s or 40s, maybe the 20s. I don't remember. Yeah, they. I don't remember how much they made, but they made a lot of money off of it, and it lived for a long time. like I think a number of years, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I remember when I was a little kid, my the way my grandma did it, she would just grab them by the head and like swing the body around and snap the neck. They call that wringing the neck. That's where the term "wring your neck" comes from. And that was how she did it. And they didn't move a whole lot. Well, sometimes they would. They'd run around with a floppy head, but usually that killed them right away. It lived 18 months. Okay, yeah, that's probably right. I just don't remember. That's right. Eat a chicken, save a sea monkey. Yep. I mean, look at all the sea monkey souls you have to uh, release in order to equal one chicken soul. One soul is one soul, no matter how big or small the creature. Sea monkeys were chickens of the sea. No, no, no. That would be tuna, which is acceptable to eat. Oh, they still celebrate Mike the Headless Chicken? Huh, that's cool. I didn't know that. If um if the marshallist is around, I got something on me he'd like to see. The materialist. Either way, it sounds like a badass Stephen King movie. You know what I mean? JT, regarding the actual topic today, I'm sure that you have some words of wisdom about the two-faced attention seekers around here. Yeah, Jersey, you can look up my cock if you want. I won't complain. What's going on, Mo? Yeah, Taco Cat is pro cop hater. I didn't know. I mean, obviously, I knew it because he just sent me a message, but I didn't know if you wanted that known or not. But since you're saying it out loud here, then yeah. clown force. You missed the good stuff, man. I showed off my black pussy and red cock. Yeah, that's it, JT. Like, no matter how this shit ends up, people just make themselves look stupid chasing that ever loving clout, and now I mean, people already knew, but like they've just reinforced the obvious as to what these people really are. Yeah, you're right. They do hide behind alts because they don't have the balls to say shit in their real accounts, which also tells you a lot about them. And yeah, I mean, regardless of the Ed situation, that does not change anything that Tommy has done, and it does not change what he is. And these people who have done nothing but bash him for the last 2 years, snuggling up to him now, nah, they just want the clout because people don't pay attention to him otherwise. That's all it is. Oh no, Sean America. I'm not saying that CP allegations are no big deal. That's not the point. I'm just saying that irrespective of that, these people that have done nothing but bash Tommy for the last couple of years that are now snuggling up to him because of it, and the fact that he's eating it up is just fucking stupid shit, man. But no, I'm not saying that those allegations aren't a big deal. I'm just saying that regardless of how it turns out, all these people showed their true colors and have made themselves look stupid. No, I'm actually not high off of any pills. I'm not high off of anything. In fact, somebody sent me a. I got a bottle of Crown Royal the other day, and I still haven't opened it. I just haven't felt like getting fucked up the last few days. That is subject to change. Bullshit, Lord Steve's Royal Guard. Cap's sure snuggling up to Tommy. And all he's done is bash him for the last however long. Oh, race car is also the same forward or backward. Allowing Tommy on panels makes them snuggling up to him. To a degree, yes. And it's not necessarily because they're letting him up on panels. It's because they're acting like they haven't done any. I mean, they all talk shit about each other for the last couple of years, and now they're acting like best buddies. It's if you can't see that, then I actually feel sorry for you because most of the rest of us do. Yeah, I mean Ryan's being his usual dumbass self. Nothing has changed with him. And then Jeff, how many times has Jeff been ousted from the community, and he's trying to use this as a way to slide back in, but like nobody's forgotten that he just fucking lies after lie after lie. Nobody's forgotten about that. But he can't. People have to use this shit to get people to pay attention to him. Otherwise, like when they go live, like nobody watches. But when you talk about shit like I'm talking about right now, people watch. You know, it's just a cheap, easy way to get views, and I know how to do it. All right, Lord Steve, you're either a complete idiot or you're just trolling. Either way, you're irrelevant. Jesus, man, farting out meth clouds. Like how every freaking thing he says is unique. Like I don't think he ever uses any material, and it's always good. Wild shit, man. Did I just fart? No. If I did, I'd claim it. Yeah, I mean, like nobody's gonna forget that Jeff is a compulsive liar. What are you talking about? No, I welcome people to question things. The more you know. I think people should question things. If you weren't here earlier, just not paying attention, I was talking about the herd mentality in this community, so-called community. I talked about that earlier. No, I'm not saying that questioning anything is being up Tommy's ass. I'm not saying that at all. It's the other shit. People should question things. You should never follow anybody blindly. I don't want anybody to follow me blindly. Tiberial will be back next. It's possible. Where's Warbot? I don't know where Warbot's at. I haven't seen Constantine around in a while either, I don't think. But then again, I'm not watching very much, so all I have to go by is my own chat and what little I saw of Ed's. But I hope they're both doing okay. Yeah, John Davis is a delusional fuck. He thinks that Warbot and me are the same person. He also thought that Mitch Richmond and Red Hood were the same person. Dude's fucking delusional. Blondie didn't say that Tommy assaulted her. He's assaulted other women, and he made her feel very uncomfortable, but she never said that he assaulted her. He's done a lot of other nasty things, like contacting her family. Well, the more you know, I can't like I can't speak for Ed on who he bans and doesn't ban. I don't have any. I have no input. I don't know why people think I have some kind of input on Ed's channel because I don't. I'm a managing mod there, but that's all the control I have. I don't have. Yeah, and nobody, as far as I know, nobody has been banned in my chat just for asking questions. You've been banned for being an asshole, but not just for asking questions. Yeah, Dusty, that is in the industry we call that an occupational hazard. If you follow me around too long, I sometimes I get the wrong idea and I think you're ready to play and you do end up blindfolded and ball gagged. That does happen. I mean, the more you know, I agree with that. If any of this shit's true, I don't care who it is, they deserve to be in prison. Is Constantine Warbot? No. No, I can guarantee you they are not the same person. Oh yeah, Frogger. I tell people to fuck off, but I don't ban them. Sometimes people are just being trolls, and they try to make it look like a. They try to make it look like a, a legitimate question, but they're just being assholes. So yeah, I do tell people to fuck off all the time, but I don't ban them for just asking questions. Well, and sometimes people ask questions that are none of their goddamn business, or they ask the same question again and again and again, and it gets old. And sometimes people ask me about other people's business, and I tell them to fuck off because sometimes I know some things, but I ain't gonna fucking tell you. Some people need to understand that not everything is their business. Nobody has to answer anything if they don't want to. And I'm telling you right now, I don't owe. I mean, some people around here privately, I do owe, but for the most part, people that I just know from my chats, I don't owe you a fucking thing. Yeah, Blondie has never said that Tommy assaulted her, so I mean that you're lying. You're right, Frogger. There are sheep on both sides. There are sheep throughout. 100%. I was talking about that earlier. I encourage people not to be a sheep and keep your eyes open. Look at your peripheral vision. Don't ever blindly follow anybody. Don't blindly follow me. I mean, just don't. Blindly following somebody will get you into trouble eventually. Hey, Bones, if you're gonna ask questions in a public chat and somebody says something, you really can't bitch about that. And there's also such a thing as, if you want to ask somebody something, there's such a thing as respect. If you come across like an asshole, I mean, you can go fuck yourself. But if you come to me with respect and ask a legitimate question, some things I just can't answer because either I don't know or it's none of your fucking business. I haven't seen Petter around lately. I don't know. But then again, like I said, I don't really watch a whole lot of this stuff. Have I ever had a male, female? No. No, no. That's not my thing. I've had threesomes with girls before, but like tag teaming a girl with my buddy just doesn't appeal to me. Or watching some other dude bang my old lady, that's not my thing either. So, nope, I have not. No, the more you know. I've seen you. I think I've seen you. You're saying that you'd have more respect if you just um, had to just stay quiet. But I'm pretty sure I've seen you demanding answers before, so it doesn't go both ways. Fuck, I'm so far behind, guys. I'm sorry. And that's another thing. All these people jumping on Ed when it comes out that there's nothing to it. I mean, they're just gonna look dumber than they already do. There's no proof of anything. Sam's canceling my ticket. Damn it. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna fast forward up here because I know it annoys everybody when I get behind in the chat. Oh, fuck the panel channel. Let me tell you what the panel channel does. Like they will clip something I said, like something like when I misspoke, and they clip that. But minutes later, I cleared up what I had misspoke about, and they tend to paint things a certain way that they aren't. So the panel channel has no credibility. They've been called out for that a few times. Oh, no doubt I have brain damage from taking way too many pills. There's no question about that. I've also had a lot of concussions, which, according to the doctors, the concussions have more to do with my memory problems than the pills. But no doubt the pills have had an impact. How is he going to be humiliated in court? They're not going to let them film in the courtroom, and who cares if they film him walking to his car? I mean, people already know what he looks like, so like, who gives a shit? Well, I mean, so what? I mean, all they're going to be doing, even if they do meet him outside, who cares? I mean, one, if he says something to security, they'll take care of it anyway. Um, Who cares? All it'll be is an in-person thing of the same shit they do in chats. It will mean nothing at the end of the day. And Tommy using it as a way to dry bag for more money so that he can take a trip to watch Ed's court date, which is probably just going to be a continuance anyway. I mean, that's just another way for Tommy to dry bag for money. So, no, people, I've seen it happen. Like I said, I worked in the system for 8 years. Usually, like it's a problem, like with an ex or something. If you say something like, "Hey, somebody's waiting outside for me," at least in most places, I don't know about that specific one. I mean, all courthouses have security. They will go out and make everybody leave. I've seen that happen. Probably, I don't know, at least a dozen times. Yeah, he does have a court date next month. That much is true. You'll pay for me to go if I bring a ball gag for. I'm down. Fuck yeah. I'd ball gag another man for a few dollars. Well, that's where you're wrong, troll lawyer, because if something happens on the courthouse property, they're responsible for it, and they can get sued. I worked in this system, man. You're the one that sounds like a dumbass because you obviously don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I mean, evidently, it's going to be bigger than the Murdaugh trial, according to you guys. Actually, that's where you're wrong. The more you know. If you go on YouTube or wherever on your own accord, you are considered a public figure. He's not famous, but he's still considered a public figure. Well, if you're demanding answers out of Ed, the more you know. Ed is not here, and I cannot answer for Ed. The more you know. Do you not listen to yourself talk? Go back and read your own messages. We're talking about Ed right now, and I can't answer for him. Yeah, I know Freya, but it's okay. Curious why Jonathan was talking to Toss. I didn't know he was. Oh yeah, you can hog tie people in Texas, Blondie. I forgot about that. Andrea D, how you doing? Glad to see you. Andrea, I'm gonna get you up here one of these days. I also wouldn't mind getting you in the back seat of a '58 Chevy. You know what I'm saying? I'm also gonna get Ghost Malone up here now that now that I know that Ghost Malone is in fact a chick. Um, man, I miss so much. When I thought Ghost Malone was a dude, so like I never hit on her. But now that I know, I mean, I'll be sending some dick pics. We can all be confident in that. When is the Caps count? I don't know, JT. I just found out about it in the chat that he's having one tonight. I really don't know what time. Yeah, Clown Force. It's unfortunate, but if you put yourself on YouTube, they do consider you a public figure. It sucks, but it is what it is. You got to take the good with the bad. Donos to buy me a hooker. Hey, I'm down. Y'all can hit my cash app for some hookers and cocaine. That's cool. Well, Andrea, I'll tell you right now, arguing with Ryan is completely pointless. I've tried it, and it's like trying to explain. It's like trying to teach a cat how to tie shoes. He just can't get anything through his thick head. So, yeah, it would be completely pointless to try to reason with Ryan because he's not a reasonable person. Yeah, the clout fest. That's exactly what it is. Oh, I didn't know anybody thought you were Ghost Malone, Miss Megan. Look, I'll hit on you too. I think I have. If I haven't, can we all just take a second to admire how utterly attractive Miss Megan is? Oh, squirrel. All right, I'm done sipping. Not really, but like a 3-year-old monkey. Yeah, you. That's an accurate description. Well, uh why don't we try to get Andrea D, Ghost, and Miss Megan. Oh my God! If they all come up here at the same time, like I would pass the fuck out. But I'm gonna try. We'll have a little impromptu ladies' night. Oh, and Dominique. We'll get Dominique up here too. Holy shit! I don't know if my old heart can take it. Oh, water cooled PC. Man, that's got to have a lot of power behind it if it's got to be water cooled. When I was a kid, we took a tour of some fuck. I don't know what museum it was, but they were showing. This is when I was a kid, man, and like now they have this to process. You know, they can process things and things the size of your pinky that used to take up like a two-story room back in the day. But I remember going on that tour, and they would take like buckets of liquid nitrogen, climb up a ladder, and just pour this shit over the processors or whatever the hell it was to have to cool it down. It was pretty neat. Well, negative zero. If you want me to read you a bedtime story, I will. I'm told that I have a very soothing voice for that. I don't get it, but I don't know. That sucks, though. I know what you're saying, man. I can't ever sleep either unless I do it myself up. Well, come on up here, Ghost Malone. It's a perfect time, especially if the other ladies come with you. Yeah, that's no shit, Jenny T. I've had more lies go around about me than I've had sexual partners, and that's a lot. Now, granted, some of it I start myself just to piss people off, but that's besides the point. The white Morgan Freeman. I had a couple of girlfriends that would say, "Do your Sam Elliott voice," which I got to be in the right mood. I don't really sound like Sam Elliott, but I just kind of slow things down and get even deeper or whatever. But I got to be in the right mood to do that one. I don't think I could ever do it live on YouTube. The Crystal Meth Museum. Oh God. Over here we have Nazi meth, and over here we have yeah, yeah. There's a lot of shit going around where people saying that. I mean, it's happened to me a lot. You know, people saying that other people are other people and they aren't. It just I don't know. It makes people look stupid. What's up, Hila? Hila, you didn't really miss anything if you don't feel like rewinding, but it's all good. The Dr. Seuss book. Man, there's some wild shit about Dr. Seuss. Like he uh he was a big time racist and like an actual racist, not like what they call people racist today. And he also wrote a lot of pornographic cartoons. There's a wild story about Dr. Seuss if you get a chance to check it out. Pure Virus, I have no idea what any of that means, but it sounds cool. Sound like Ted Bundy. Oh shit. Well, I mean, Ryan went live. That's no surprise. I'm not even subbed to the Fireside. I've never been on on that channel. Yeah, his motivations are gaining attention. That's all it is. And whatever his mental issues are driving him to it. Here we go.
Yo!
Hey, what's going on, man?
There we go. What's up with you?
Oh, dude, I actually have something. If I can find what the hell I did with it. Got something you'd be interested in. Give me a second here. But since you like Lynn Thompson era Cold Steel shit, hold on a second. Let me make it big for you. So,
Wow, very nice.
yeah, I used to sell the shit out of these, but this is the one I used to test stuff, and I beat the fuck out of it. In fact, I lost it out in the woods for like a year, and when I found it a couple months ago, it was all caked with mud and rusted and shit, but it cleaned up just fine.
That's amazing. I keep hoping that Lynn Thompson decides that he's not leaving, but that's not the case.
Dude, they're selling Cold Steel shit at Walmart now. It's it's humiliating.
Good. I mean, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. They're great knives, and they're not expensive, and that helps a lot.
Right. I mean, I sold all of their lines. They had like a cheaper, and then medium, and then the high end stuff, and I sold the shit out of all of them back in the day.
I don't know if you know what is Cap? It's Cap is his name, right?
Yeah.
What is he going to talk about tonight?
He's probably just gonna suck more of Tommy's dick and slam Ed some more. I don't really know.
What I don't get is why don't the people that you know what an A-log is? You ever heard the term A-log?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we lost somebody.
Yeah, they bounced out. If you're gonna A-log Ed, wouldn't it be smart to call the people that are like handling the legal stuff and get the actual details? I think it would even be free.
All these people care about is clout and getting attention. They don't care about the facts.
That's too bad.
It really is. Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
You're muted. I think you just muted yourself.
Yeah, I think you're muted.
That's right.
Okay, there you go.
Hold on.
All right, well, we'll be here. Yeah, they don't give a shit about the facts. All they care about is getting the attention they crave. And anybody that just goes on every single fucking panel after panel after panel after panel, I mean, come on, man.
But
They're after something that they aren't getting in real life.
Wouldn't it be easier and probably better if they would just want attention? Why don't they just like start catching?
Yeah, I said that earlier. Imagine how many catches they could have if they put all this time and energy into that. I mean, the people that are coming after Ed Hardcore are like our three worst failed catchers. Jeff, Ryan, and Cap. They're like the three worst catchers we have, and they've all failed. So that tells you something.
I honestly hope that Tommy, he's talking about like digitally watching now, I heard. I actually want him to go cover it at this point because one, I don't think anything's going to happen at this next, meeting. But
No.
he might as well just go and actually know what is going on and not just be drunk in his you know, not talking shit about anybody, but be drunk in his fucking trailer. Like, maybe he could bring his wife and they could like do something fun. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand how people dedicate so much of their lives to this bullshit. Oh, hey, we're getting helicoptered. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm not going to kick the person, though.
What about Tommy? So, do we ever figure out? And then let's talk about something besides Tommy. But did we ever figure out the contributing delinquency to a minor? Was that legit or was that not legit? Him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was legit. He he'll deny it and then kind of admit to it and then deny it, and yeah, it's fucked up. But I've seen the paperwork on it. I can't remember who put it. Probably Ed, but I've seen the paperwork on it.
You know, it probably was just someone being truant from school. Like, I don't know why he just doesn't explain it.
Because he's Tommy. He doesn't, like, he couldn't tell the truth about anything if his life depended on it.
Blue had it up. I wish Blue was still around.
Yeah, Blue probably did have it up, but like nobody looks at Blue's website, and I'm not going to promote her anymore because she's lied about me, and she can go fuck herself.
Dude, her videos, I don't know if they're still like this, but the way she used to edit in like memes and jokes instead of making them like short, succinct, or at least like if they were funny jokes, it'd be different. But dude, it was like she took hours to edit these things and make them fucking terrible and almost unwatchable completely.
Yeah, like she always used to tell me that, oh, I don't spend hardly any time on this. This is not my life, but that's complete bullshit. It's obvious, you know.
Dude, she runs like she's like the ultimate A-log, or was. I don't know if she's still doing it. But yeah, as far as chronicling Tommy's life.
Yeah, she's, as far as I know, she's still doing it, but like her YouTube channel got taken down, so she had to start her own website. But like I'm banned from it. A lot of us are banned from it, and then like she has like the shittiest whatever. If you get more than 5 people try to log on to it at the same time, it shuts down. So, I mean,
that's no good.
Nah.
Dude, when I listened to the tape of her finding out great grandma unplugged wasn't dead, when she broke down, dude, that was so rough to listen to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sounded kind of fake, if you have to be quite honest.
I know that's a popular belief. I tend to think it was real just because it was like listening to somebody that found their dog on the road dead. Like, holy fucking shit.
Well, look, I was friends with Blue at that time. And like I knew great grandma, but we hadn't really talked very much at all at that point. But I kind of think that she was like, by that point she had already found out that great grandma was still alive, and I do think that she was kind of playing it up a little bit as far as the crying and stuff goes. That's just me, though. It's just because I talked to her, and I do. She was 100% upset and pissed off. That's 100% true. But like I was friends with Blue, and I talked to her on the phone all the time. So I don't know.
Have you seen one of these? It's the I'll try to show you. It's a little Sharpie, but this is G10, the tip.
Oh yeah.
And it's filled with epoxy. So the TSA has a IG, and it's like written by somebody who's street smart because they use a bunch of like, they don't sound like an old person at all. And dude, they catch people. They first of all, they know all about these Sharpies. They're looking for them. But there are people that will like literally try to bring actual samurai equipment onto the planes, like they're Donatello. Or
Oh, I
something.
know. Yeah.
I just got this from County Com. It's a little holder for Sharpies. It's this titanium, and then here you have the
Hang on,
Sharpie.
let me make you big.
Hang on, there we are.
Oh, hold it still for a second.
Hang on.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So this is just friction fit. So when this runs out, you just get another one and pop it in, and it's either like a Kubotan / Yawara stick type of thing. I have a
Right.
actual Yawara stick right here,
Oh, that's cool.
and then I have a glow in the dark Kubotan from County Com, and then I have like the regular version that's just black.
Oh, nice.
I also have because so much of what we do today is in non-permissive environments where they're not going to let me bring a gun or a knife.
Right.
And they also make
That's why I have an old, a good old fashioned hickory cane. Like I don't usually need a cane. On occasion, I will really need one. But if I'm going into a non-permissive environment where you can't have an actual weapon, I just bring my cane, man. They can't take that away from you, and it's a hell of a tool.
It's true. I have a very Clockwork Orange looking one. Oh, I'll show you. Wait, that's not. I'm just surrounded by weapons in my office. So this is the top of it, and I think it's from a bed, and it's solid bronze, and it's on this like old school thing. Somebody in the South made this. This is pinned on, and when I dress up for Halloween, I go as Smart Alex, and I'll take this with me.
Mm.
But yeah,
I like that movie, man. That's one of my all-time favorites.
It's good. Some people hate it, but yeah, it's one of my favorites too. So this is a custom-made knife, or at least very low run. The gentleman who made it is actually going to be doing an interview with me tomorrow. It'll go up on my channel. It's. I'll have to look up the name. God, fuck me. If I don't put the blur on, JT gives me shit because my room is a fucking mess. Well, it's an office, not my room.
Oh, who cares what JT thinks, man? Do what you want. Oh, that's cool. I like it.
And it has black micarta pins. This is, I believe, let me actually, I'm going to look real quick.
It has micarta pins?
Yeah. Like that's like what the people that do customs like to do. Yeah, it has micarta pins, and the metal is like the toughest metal, 8670 metal. The guy that made it, it's Etowah Valley Knives.
Right on.
He's a disabled vet. He makes a bunch of stuff. This wasn't even expensive. This was $100. I guess
that's cool. People, I like it.
Yeah.
Like I don't need super. I'm good with properly tempered 1095. You know what I mean? That's really my go-to. And I've made micarta scales before. I just never used micarta pins.
So because I'm autistic, I'm not actually autistic, but I went on to Alpha Knife or Steel Supply. Dude, this filter is fucking me. And
fuck that filter.
I got all of the steels, and they give a data point for max toughness and max edge holding. 8670 is the toughest steel. 3V. I have a 3V Buck 119. That's a drop point, by the way. Followed by AEBL steel 1075, A modified 80. Then I've got like just a bunch of them.
Nice.
But it's good to have because M390 and CPM 20 CV and D2, they all have a super high edge holding. M390 having 61 for a data point, but then it has an 8 for max toughness. So it's like a trade-off. Almost. There's
always a trade-off. You trade, like D2. I don't like D2, even though it's the popular thing right now. This shit's too brittle.
This is from GEC. It is a bullet-in teardrop jack in red. bone, 1095 steel. It's about $200 new. Yeah, I weirdly collect knives. There's so few people that do it, but
Well, I do too, man. I don't even know how many knives I got, dude. It's an addiction.
take me off the big screen. This is weird.
All right, I got you, man.
And hey, I don't know if you know my government name. If you see it in here, ban it. Because Tommy's people they think that I give a fuck, but they've made a couple of funny little profile things. Do you know my real name?
No, I don't. I mean, obviously, don't say it here, but you can tell me outside of here, and if I see it, I'll delete it. And mods, if you see, doxing is the one thing you can ban anybody for at any time. Don't acknowledge it. Don't say anything about it. Just delete it, because sometimes people won't know that that was somebody's name, and then if you acknowledge it, then they know. You know what I mean? So just quietly delete it and move on.
Well, it's not a big deal. It's just rude. And I wear a mask, not because of Kanye, but he said it, where like he wants to control his image. He's no longer playing along with the media. He also kind of lost his mind, but I just want to control my image and look scary on the internet, basically.
Right.
I get that those dudes got to do what they do. They seem to be in a very cult-like atmosphere. I'm actually not mad at them at all, really. And a mutual accomplice of me and you, let me know who it is exactly. But it's just trolling. But it's just at some point, it's like, if you got a big problem with me, shoot me an email or whatever. But that's not.
These motherfuckers, they hide behind screens, and to them, doxing is like the big thing they can do to hurt somebody. When like nothing bad ever. I shouldn't say ever. But like around here, nothing bad has ever happened for being doxxed. Yes, it upsets people, and I've been doxxed 3 or 4 times. But the thing is Tommy's people doxed the wrong William Powell like 3 or 4 times before they finally got the right one. So a lot of times they think that, and they still think I'm related to Trump's lawyer for some reason. I don't know why they think that, but yeah, that's like the biggest thing they can do. And then once it's done, they got nothing left.
I think they're just having fun because of how they've done it is just so ineffective. One time I was writing about a militia person who a few years ago, I think it was like right at the start of Trump. Anyway, I'm not going to go too far into it, but Forbes magazine, it wasn't directly from like the editors there, but they had somebody covering it. And this person legit posted my Twitter and told their followers, they had tons of them, to go and like harass me. So that was interesting. I never would have thought somebody working for Forbes magazine, they ended up losing their job. So, which really wasn't what I wanted to have happen. But because I didn't even tell on them, I just wrote about how shitty of a job they were doing in general.
Right.
But yeah, doxing it's not cool. I mean, it is what it is, but I guess you could kind of argue that I'm a public figure because of my writing, but at the same time, I really don't think so. I would kind of struggle to even argue that Tommy is. He does.
No, if you know the definition, I mean, public figure. People tend to think that means you're famous, but that's not what that means. Basically, if you put yourself out there, you're a public figure. I mean, even if only 3 people watch you, you're still a public figure. If you put yourself out there on purpose.
What was the big case where Hustler got in trouble for publishing back when like Penthouse Letters was a thing? They used to have magazines with like written smut. Hustler published something with celebrities doing naughty stuff to each other, and they got sued. And that's where, like, from my understanding, that's where the case law was established that if someone is a public figure, you can go much further than a private figure. And
right.
write like erotica about them that is silly. Yeah, weird shit. I think Howard Stern was also involved in something like that. I'm not sure though.
I couldn't tell you, man. But I mean, it also gives you in certain situations, it gives you a certain degree of protections. Um, but like if you don't want your real name known, that doesn't mean that just because you're a public figure, if you're not out there under your real name, that does not give them the right to put that out there.
Well, what's happening right now is just trolling. It's not. I wouldn't really consider it that malicious. I mean, they're being dicks, but it's whatever. Like, I'm not going to cry about it.
Well, like I said, that's to them, that's like the biggest thing they can do, and that's all they got. So, but it looks kind of pathetic.
Here's the trick, though. If you don't register to vote, basically, if you stop voting, or if you're in a state where you can use a PO box, you become much more anonymous than people that actually vote. Unfortunately, our system needs to change that.
Right.
Because I should be able to use a PO box, but the state I am that doesn't fly. In most states, it doesn't fly, and you literally have to dox yourself to vote. So, I mean, I usually either vote like Libertarian or Green Party or against Trump. But so for me, it's like I'm not even serious about it really anymore. So I'm just done voting, I think.
Well, I understand your frustration, and I feel that way myself. But the thing is so many people have fought and died so that we could vote. And and another thing is like if you don't vote and somebody you don't like gets voted into office, I really don't think you have a right to bitch about anything if you didn't at least try.
Well, whether you have the right or not, Sun Tzu wrote in The Art of War, "Don't ask for what you can't take." And I think along those lines, if you can't stop them from bitching, although
right. No, I mean, I love that book, by the way. I've read it probably 10 times. It applies to not just war, but your regular life.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff in that is really poignant and full of wisdom. Same with The Tao by I forget, Tao. It was written by that dude who they had him hop off his donkey and write it. He was like just rolling out. He's going to some mountain. He was like a religious figure, kind of a spiritual dude. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff is pretty fucking good to read. I should honestly send it to Tommy, but I don't think he would read it, to be really honest. My favorite.
He don't read.
Who do you watch now? Just like not for like, because when I actually want to watch people get caught, I watch PCI, PCM. But when I just want to be entertained late at night, I watch Rami straight up.
Oh man, I can't watch Rami anymore. He just irritates the shit out of me. And be real honest with you, I don't watch much of any of this shit anymore. Like I watched Moose's Catch because the guy jumped in the river, and I do watch PCI, PCM. I watch Alex when I can get on Rumble at the right time.
Dude, Rumble
but
sucks.
I really don't watch very much YouTube related to this stuff anymore at all.
That's too bad. I'm not going to let people ruin it. I like it. I'm trying to get JT to. I would do more episodes where we watch TCAP and then we like laugh and probably make fun of Tommy. But I'm trying to branch out. We could also make fun of Rami, or just not make fun of anybody.
Well, there's a lot of material there.
Well, but the stuff. I wish that the catchers. I get that it's very serious, and Alex's catches are almost boring now because it's like he has it down to a science. You know what I mean? And it's like there's very little. You know, he is just fucking these people over. Well, I mean, they deserve it, but like, you know, Chris Hansen, they had that one dude that one season come in totally naked, and you know, then Chris walks out and was like,
"Oh yeah."
But yeah, I wish that there was more stuff like that. I don't necessarily want the Preds to end their own lives because I have like ethical concerns, but because at that point, why don't you just shoot them? I'm not trying to Fed post, but if you're gonna like mind fuck someone into killing themselves and totally skirt the judiciary process, you know, like get on Live Leak and just do what you got to do. You know, like Live Leak will let you stream for a little bit at least.
Right.
I don't know, man. I feel like
Look, when it comes to a pred killing themselves, I could give a fuck less about the actual pred. It's real hard for me. I know we're not supposed to say that, but whatever. It's real hard for me to feel sorry for a pred when they get the shit beat out of them or whatever. The problem is like, and I've known other catchers. I've not talked to Musa in a long time, but I've known other catchers who have preds kill themselves, and I know what it does to them. I mean, they can play it off on YouTube all they want, but I've talked to these people personally, and it does get to them, and it does affect the people around the pred, you know. And when shit like that happens, YouTube, that's just another thing that YouTube is going to use against everybody. Like, oh, look what these people do. They make people kill themselves.
So I was thinking about this. I don't know if JT agrees with me or not, but I talked to him a little bit about it. When people catch like the really MR people, like mentally retarded people, I don't know how to say that politely. I think that also hurts. Not that they shouldn't be caught. I just think that maybe those should be only on Rumble or like, I don't know, because it's if you're YouTube, like what they want everyone to be Skeeter Gene, like straight up. And I just can't imagine Skeeter like actually catching someone like that because he makes them come to him. He like sets up the sting house and everything.
Yeah, that's the thing is YouTube's already gunning for everybody. A lot of channels have been taken down already. And I just think people should be, and granted, they do it live, you know, so you can't control because you don't know what's going to happen. And I like watching predators jump into rivers. I'm not going to lie, but at the same time, that's the kind of stuff YouTube uses against us. You know what I mean? So maybe it shouldn't be reposted or whatever. Even though everybody wants to see it, I want to see it. But if they really want to try to preserve being on YouTube, they probably shouldn't repost that kind of stuff.
Do you know who you probably do? Do you know who Nut and Fancy is?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, I've been watching him forever. I don't pay any money though, but I do offer words of encouragement. And he has basically left YouTube. He only gets on every like blue moon. It's probably like once a quarter, like once every 4 months. And all he does is in Patreon. He did go super political. He's super red pilled now, but it didn't used to be that way. But I think that's just how it's going to have to be for catchers, where you know it sucks because once you insulate yourself, you're dealing with like an ever shrinking audience. But if you look at if someone were to play a Nick Fuentes, I'll get real political. Play a Nick Fuentes who was associated with January 6th. And you know, he started Cozy and he's streaming there. There's a shitload of white nationalists there, and they all, you know, it's like an echo chamber. If somebody could actually start that and get it going for catching, I think it would make money. But it does cost, from my understanding, it costs about 30 grand a month for Nick to run that site.
Oh wow.
Yup. He's a millionaire though, so it's like whatever, but if he used to be really, really funny, and I used to watch him just like for the laughs. But after January 6th, dude, like everybody is kind of got a little bit bitter. Because I feel like the government really fucked over some people that didn't deserve it. And then, you know, it's once you start losing hundreds of thousands of dollars to something, like Nick is way less funny now.
Right.
Not that I agree with him politically. I don't agree with him politically at all. We're totally at odds. 100%. But if a third position ever came to be and we were allowed to join forces, I would use him as a shield.
Right.
Because he used to be hilarious, man. And he's straight out of YouTube debate, bro, like YouTube political bullshit. And no one really took him seriously until the Groiper Wars 2 or 3 years ago against Turning Point USA, when the Groipers showed up. Groipers are like his people. They showed up to a Turning Point event and just wrecked it. And not by violence, but just by like everybody, you know, they have open questions and Charlie Kirk pretends to be this free speech advocate. And so they all show up and ask really just damning questions. One of them classically, and it's a meme now, but how does anal sex help us win the culture war? You know, because they don't like gay people. They don't like interracial exchange of cohabitation. They're very like it's like if the 50s came to life and everyone is Catholic. They are basically, fascists.
How does
But
anal sex help society? I can think of a lot of ways.
no, help us win the
Not
culture.
necessarily with.
They're very much about we need to wreck the libs, we need to win the culture war, and it parallels with, unfortunately, what was going on in pre-Nazi Germany when they had the Culture Krieg, because the Culture Kampf was an actual other thing in the late 1800s. The Culture Krieg happened right before the Nazi Party rose to prominence, and then Hitler did the purge, and then the rest is history type of thing.
Well, how would anal sex help us win the culture war? If people would just stop arguing and fuck each other in the ass once in a while, that would help.
It would. Honestly, I think it would. Really funny thing, back when I was in college, I hit up the local militia leader for an interview, and they said no. But they were also talking to me because they were like, you should join. And I was like, I don't know. Like, what if a trans person wanted to join? And amazingly, this series of answers was given. Anyone can join of any race. Trans people can join. And he took a moment to emphasize the rectum is curved inward to accept the penetration of a penis. And I was just okay. Like, I don't know what that means, man. But it was interesting, dude. Like, the militia people are very volatile, but a lot of them think for themselves. Not all of them, obviously, because it's literal clubs and organizations.
I've been in militias in the past, and like there a lot of them really are fucking psychos, but there are a lot of them that just want to have a way to band together. Like say the power grid goes down or whatever happens. Like this person's got 300 chickens and the other person's got dairy cows, whatever. So they do train shooting together, and there are a lot of veterans that teach them things. But and I've also been parts of militias that they just wanted shit to happen so they could fuck people up and take control of an area. You know what I mean?
That's the dumbest kind
So
of
it goes both ways. Yeah, I wasn't real comfortable with them, but
do you remember July 4th Patriot?
Man, that sounds familiar, but I don't remember.
I interviewed him too. He was one of the first dudes to get thrown in jail for the rest of his life for doing the militia stuff. He was getting, if you look it up, it's still there. July, well, not my interview, I don't know where that is, but like it didn't get published though, but he had his own YouTube, and he would actually wear this mask and show up and talk about, like, give these impassioned speeches that by today's standards are very tame. But yeah, the government fucked him up, man. They got him on some charges that I don't think are legitimate. And he'll be in jail until he's an old man. Because that's really what happens to people that the government doesn't like. They put you away, the fire in your belly goes out, and then they let you.
They'll make shit up or bust you on shit that they ordinarily would have looked the other way on. Like Ruby Ridge, man.
Yep.
What got him hemmed up was that dude bugging him to saw off a shotgun.
Yeah. And then he got subpoenaed to go to court, and he just never went, obviously, because it's like, fuck you. And then they showed up, those two dudes showed up and killed his dog, and his sons smoked one of those marshals. They also killed his wife, shot her in the back of the head from like 100 yards away.
While she was holding a baby, yeah.
It was a bad deal. That was an embarrassing time for our country. I think a lot of people just don't really know about it. Kind of like Waco, you can actually still find, if you find like the militia people, somebody will have it, the videos of the tanks busting in walls and then using the flamethrower into the building.
Only they didn't have to do a full frontal assault. All they had to do was like grab him off the street while he was jogging or when he went to the store, because he left that compound a lot. But no, they had to go in guns blazing, literally.
He would leave and come back during the siege. It was not secure. And I don't really believe the bullshit that they were like, that's how they were moving the blow from that conflict that busted out the Contra blow. People will say they were moving it through that area. I don't really know enough about it. That was before my time, and the people who know a lot about that, because it's pre-internet, you have to like talk to people. They're crazy.
What they said they went in for was because he got shipped some hand grenades by UPS, or somebody shipped him hand grenades through. I think it was UPS or somebody, but
Genius.
they said that one of the hand grenades fell out of the box, and that's what gave him the reason to go in.
Okay.
Now, I mean, that sounds fishy as hell, you know.
Yeah, that sounds made up. I'm not saying that didn't happen, but they probably just X-rayed it like a normal fucking person would do and not open it up. It takes a long time. I actually, speaking of crazy shit, this is from Meritech. It's the Apollo Extreme. This thing puts out like, you'll see. I'll put it on turbo mode. It's like the fucking sun.
My son got me a flashlight for my birthday. They don't take long. You can just hold a piece of paper over it, and it'll set the paper on fire.
Oh yeah, you got to be careful. That's why I unscrew the butt of this, so it literally can't turn on now. Because I mean, I'd rather just take the few seconds than have my house burn down, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we're not far from having actual lightsabers.
Dude, CountyCom, well, they're sold out now. So for people that don't know, CountyCom/Meritech is like, it's like a spook shop. It's like for the CIA. And they do stuff for them, and all the overrun they sell in a private business. And it's a kind of the classic marriage between public and private sector that is actually socialism, but we don't call it that. But they were selling what is called a laser light that projects this beam about that big for like 4 miles. Like there's no spill at all.
Yeah.
I kind of want it, but I just don't need it. And I have so many lights and shit and dumb shit that I don't fucking need at all.
I have a thing about flashlights too, man. I don't know why, but I've got a bunch of them also.
Envy Cap Fireside. Is Ryan talking tonight?
Sounds like it.
I don't know why he can't, dude. If he would come in here and talk to you and me, I would talk to him as civil as possible. I don't let
him on here. Talking to him is pointless, man. I don't let him on here.
Why don't you just mute him? You should.
I have.
Yeah, I know. It's too bad that he can't have a conversation because he literally cannot stop himself from yelling and just going and going.
Right. Yeah, we have. I don't want to name. I can't name her, but we have somebody in the community that is in the mental health field, and she said she can't diagnose him without actually being there, but like she's told me some things that she thinks he has. And I kind of feel like people that let him up on their panels are kind of exploiting his mental illness for views. You know what I mean? So that's part of the reason why I don't let him on here.
At the same time, Alex Jones is most likely bipolar, and he is not only a millionaire, well, it's going to be garnished, but probably one of the most influential people of our time. Unfortunately, I'm not a huge fan. I liked him when he was funny.
Yeah, I liked him at first, but I fell out with him a long time ago, man. Because one of the things that made me fall out with him was like I don't remember he was in some kind of federal building and security was telling him to leave, and he got on his show and he said, "Well, they're just making us leave because I'm Alex Jones and that they won't let us pass the barrier or whatever, blah blah blah." Well, later on, the security footage came out, and what got them kicked out was him and his people were in there with megaphones, just screaming into him in this building, and that's why they were being thrown out. But he made it sound like they were being thrown out just because of who they were. So, I mean, if he's gonna pull shit like that, then I don't need him.
Dude, the way that he never once requested a death certificate of those kids, and it's only $15 a pop, is just like gross negligence. It's gross. Can't hang with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's too much. I mean, listen, in my other life, I'm just an indie journalist for for a very small outlet. But I do wreck shit sometimes. But you got to stay righteous. You can't either knowingly print lies or not do your due diligence and track something down. Like Tommy, for instance, if Tommy really wants to pursue the Ed thing, he needs to not only go and watch, he needs to go and sit down with the DA and be like, I want to know off the record, but just like, I want to know what's going on.
Get actual facts instead of assumptions and stuff that's completely made up. Yeah,
but
I'm with you.
I think he doesn't because he's afraid, then it won't be a spectacle first and foremost. And he also might find out that the cops will use any reason to raid you. Like you don't have to, dude. I had a buddy was moving fucking weight dope wise. They raided his house because he had a big party and somebody passed out in the lawn. And so the cops were like, we're in her.
Yeah. It's always the little shit. Like I said, I was a bail bondsman and if you're going to traffic drugs, like if you've got 20 pounds of coke in your trunk, don't be make sure all of your lights work for one thing. Don't speed and don't be fucking driving down the interstate smoking pot. It's always stupid little shit that gets people busted.
Did you know that the guy that played Tim Allen from Home Improvement, I forget his name now, got caught with 70 pounds of coke?
Yep, when he was in college. Yep.
Yeah, dude. Crazy shit. Norm, the comedian, brought that up on a live Saturday Night Live broadcast. And Tim Allen, whoever plays him, was so pissed.
Yeah.
Speaking of comedians, did you watch it's not Borat, Sacha Baron Cohen, when he was talking to O.J. Simpson, and O.J. Simpson was laughing about the idea that he did commit the double homicide. Dude, O.J. is the killer that walks among us. I have no idea how he got out of that.
Lawyers.
Well, dude, these stupid little rhymes like Trump used, they work. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Also, I think that the dude that drove him during the initial slow speed chase, the guy only did a single season in the NFL as a defensive lineman or something. I do think if it wasn't OJ, it was him. And OJ just paid him a bunch of money.
I don't know. I think OJ would have thrown him under the bus. I don't know, though. I mean, either way, even though he's found not guilty in a court of law, I don't think there's much doubt in anybody's mind that he's responsible one way or the other.
Well, I don't know if it was Barbara Walters, but there was some female talking head. I don't mean to diminish females in media because it's rough out there to be a woman. But she asked him a question about it, and he, waved it off. And then afterwards, he came to her plate or her room, right? Knocks on the door, and when she opens it, he goes with a fucking knife and was laughing and shit. And
oh wow!
This lady was freaked the fuck out. Yeah, man, I don't know. He might have. Are you watching at all the R. Kelly stuff on Netflix?
No, I don't. I don't watch TV, man.
Well, Netflix
I'm familiar with the case, but no, I just don't watch TV. Dude, I live in a fucking woods, man.
Do you? Is that a metaphor for your heart?
Both. It's both real and yes.
Dude, take the time, go to a buddy's house. They're not going to play it at the bar. This shit is way inappropriate. But I wouldn't play it at a bar. But dude, that shit with R. Kelly is next level. And he didn't just pee on people. It's totally insane. I'm literally never going to listen to any of his music ever again. And if I'm at a party, I'll ask them to stop playing it because it is fucking gross. And I never wanted to even know that was possible to do to people, to break them like that. And that guy is a googly-eyed monster. It's crazy though that this is going to sound super, super racist, and I don't mean it this way, and I'm going to tone it down. But maybe I wondered, how did one of these girls' fathers not fucking wreck this guy? but all of them were black. In there's the famous and big problem in the black community: the fathers aren't around.
There's no fathers around. Yeah.
Yeah, and so this fucking guy just ran amok because women are taught to be like chill and not be aggressive or confrontational. Ed has a premiere in 8 minutes. Well, what is the premiere about?
Oh, right on. No, I'll shut it down because I don't know. I'm gonna have to shut it down pretty soon anyway. But I will dismiss the class when that goes live.
Cheers. But you should definitely check it out though, because it is shocking, man. It is totally shocking. And the kind of
Dude, like I've known people and seen things that like they can manipulate somebody into being a hostage without having barbed wire or chaining them to a bed. They can just get them that scared or just manipulate them that bad. People aren't hard to control, if you know how to do it. And it gets back to Tommy, but he knows how to do that.
yeah.
It's wild, man. You can break somebody down. Sometimes you can break people down relatively quickly, especially if they already have some kind of fucked up trauma in their life,
It's no doubt. No doubt. But some of I'll just say this: the worst thing you can imagine, that's what was going on. Straight up. And he videotaped all of it like a fucking true sociopath, like someone else we know whose name rhymes with Ami. He videotaped all of his crimes. Do you know who Jeremy DeWitt is?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Do you think that'll happen to our friend Ami?
I hope so. I don't really see the similarity between Ami and Jeremy DeWitt though. Jeremy DeWitt was a fake cop that went to the extent of buying cars and motorcycles and jumping out of airplanes in Fallujah and all that kind of shit. But I mean, Rami's bad, but I don't see him going to that extent.
No, when I say Ami, I mean Tommy, not Rami.
Did I say fuck?
Yeah, you said Rami right there.
Either one. I'm sorry, that was my bad.
Rami's not going to go to a combat zone. He's too smart for that, dude. Rami's that dumb.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, Motor One is moving. We'll see. But so the judge, the reason that Jeremy DeWitt's in jail right this minute is because the judge let him out and was like, look, take down your YouTube channel, quit doing this shit, and it's all good. You can fuck off and be an old person. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I forgot. He said he lost the password or got hacked or some shit. Yeah, I remember that now.
So
I see where you're getting the similarity from. So yeah, you're right.
Well, dude, Tommy literally takes part in luring, luring, I'm using that word very loosely, but luring people to his location and then jumps out and is like, look at me and my friends with guns. Like, we're going to call you a faggot and we're also going to fucking call the police on you. And if the police don't come, we're going to do this other shit. It's like, what? Like, what is this? I don't know. I see the similarities. I see it.
Well, the similarity is called being a sociopath or a narcissist or whatever.
Are you familiar with the story arc when DeWitt started cheating on his old lady and then the mistress, because she was like a conniving piece of shit whore, basically? The police hit her up, and then she started feeding the police a ton of information and totally fucked him.
I saw an interview and like heard a recorded phone call with her, that kind of thing. I don't remember all the details now, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
We'll see if Rochelle ends up flipping. And listen, everybody, I wish the best for Tommy. I want Tommy to change and be better, but I can't pretend like he's some Jesus figure when I know damn well that's not what the fuck is going on. Just saying.
All right, good night, Jersey.
See you, Jersey.
Oh man, I mean, everything about Andrea D, and she knows who Jeremy DeWitt is. Andrea, you gotta hit me up, hon. The suspense is killing me. I gotta meet you. I don't mean like meet you in person. I mean like, although I would probably crawl into your window.
Yeah, it's funny that Andrea D knows all about Jeremy DeWitt. That's pretty funny. Andrea D, do you like Chris Chan or not like, but do you know about Chris Chan? That's the real
Oh
question.
God, didn't he rape his mom or some shit?
Yeah, that was like the death knell to his story. But he went years without doing that. He's severely autistic. I also think he might be mentally retarded. And the trolls basically just melted his fucking brain. Like there were so many times the trolls convinced him a girl loved him, and then they would viciously kill off that.
Yeah,
And I think it just fucked him up. But I mean, he
yeah.
needs to
I don't remember why I'm familiar with that story. He just got out of prison or jail not too long ago. I don't know who
Yeah.
the fuck helped him, but
No, okay, so this is what happened. No one bailed him out. The judge decided like this guy is basically an invalid. Get him out of here. And so I think he's in a halfway house. He probably no longer has access to the internet. And he also, I haven't seen a crazy letter from him where he talks about how he's Jesus and shit. Because he wrote a bunch of letters that were like, I'm fucking Jesus and I'm also Sonichu. Sonichu being Sonic and Pikachu combined. You know what's funny is his biological father was a very distinguished civil engineer who cheated on his wife with Barb and created Chris Chan doing that. Because karma's real. It's just called consequences, though. It's not really karma. But yeah, his dad was like also a veteran. His dad was like a badass, but his dad was like super old school and didn't know how to deal with Chris. So instead of like taking Chris to a home, or I don't know what you do. I don't know all the answers. But what you would not do is encourage Chris to interact with the trolls through the internet, right? That's not what I would do. Because there's videos of Chris doing extremely disgusting and sexual things with blow up dolls on his own.
oh yeah.
Because he was so suggestible, and it can be argued that
Well, I mean, they kind of talked him into believing he was trans.
yeah. The unclit, did you know what the unclit that he had? He had fucking, I don't know how it became to be, but he had like a hole in his taint or like a slit that he started calling his unclit. And then like the A-logs had to literally freak out on him and be like, you need to go to the hospital. Like you're gonna fucking die.
Wow. All right, man. On that note, since it's got a premiere like right now, I'm gonna hang this up. I don't know if I'll come back later or not. I kind of doubt it, but I don't know. We'll see. But dude, I appreciate you coming up, and hope to see you back.
Yep. See you soon. Later.
All right, sea monkeys. Take care of yourselves, and you know the drill. Y'all stay naked.